It is Monday, November the 7th, 2022. I am James, you are you, we are here, and where are we? Of course, we are in the warm and welcoming confines of twitch.tv/@home-with-James. That's right, it's episode 401 of the show that won't and can't go away. Of course, we are talking about At Home with James. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's address the elephant in the room right away. Week after week, episode after episode, ghosts, goblins, ghouls, chocolate, chips, and candy. Halloween has come and gone. And may I say, I could not be happier that we are now officially over with all of the spooktacular and witchy programming right here on this show. Why? Because I have got so many announcements. More on that later. But the big why is we're back to the way that the show should be. Different topics every week. None of this pumpkin stuff and Frankensteins and Draculas. Tonight, this is very much an old-fashioned episode of At Home with James. What are we doing for the first time ever? It is new faces. Now, you might be sitting there watching, whether it's in your bed, on your couch, on the toilet. Hey, new faces. I've heard that before. You have. It's a part of the Just for Laughs festival. But I'd like to think that they somehow copied us. Tonight, it's new faces on At Home. What does that mean? Guests that maybe you've seen just a little bit. Some guests that you have never seen before. Here's the deal. Maybe it's getting just a little bit boring around here. There's only so many times you can see that person talking about this or this person talking about that. We need to shake things up. And that means some new blood, new faces in the at-home world. Before we get into that, we welcome one of the oldest faces. Now, I am the number one old face on this show. I am now making my 401st appearance on this show. There's someone who's just as old, just happens to be a little bit younger. He's bright-eyed. He's bushy-tailed. He's everything that I'm not. He's got a full-time job. He's got a woman that loves him. He's got one child. He's got another child on the way. He knows how to swim. He has two parents. He's got a driver's license. He is the one and the only Dave Kaufman. Dave, it's Monday. How are you feeling tonight? What an intro for you.
Hey, thank you. That was nice.
Yeah, you know, I really pumped your tires by deflating mine.
I know you don't have to do that, by the way. We can both lift each other up.
Yeah, I think so too. In the arms of an angel.
Yeah, that's Sarah McLachlan.
Sarah McLachlan. Remember
Yeah.
they used that song for a variety of really unfortunate and heartbreaking commercials for only pennies a day.
With like the deformed puppies, right?
Yeah. You know, I was worried about you were going to say deformed children. I thought, we're starting blue. We're starting blue.
No.
Dave's bringing up deformed children.
It was Animal Rescue, right?
James did. James brought up the deformed children.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you giggling so much for about that, Dave?
Because
you got a kid on the way. That's bad karma for you.
You were blaming me, but you did it. That's classic projection. That's what Siegfried and Roy. No,
Siegfried and Roy, the Las Vegas power duo, both no longer with us. Rest in power. I want to wrap this little segment up that I call Atrocities of Man with something coming in from the chat from our friend Jay Voorhees, 88, quote, deformed kids, gotta love them. That's right, you gotta love them, Dave.
Sure, yeah. I'm really, really hoping that this is not bad karma, me talking about this right now.
Is your desk made of wood?
There we go.
All right, great. Now, Dave, I want to get into something that may not be apparent to the people watching, but for the first time ever, we have shifted from using Zoom. That's right, we're pulling the curtain back. Our production call that people have heard me talking about for the past 2 years is actually Zoom. Dave, how do you feel about this new app that we're using?
So far so good. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm maintaining a calm exterior, but inside I'm just waiting for something to go wrong. So
yeah. Now, Dave, tell us what you're nervous about, because I think the fans, I might want to know.
Yeah, people who are into the tech portion of the show, Dave's tech corner. What would we call it?
The Tech
The
Zone.
Tech Zone. Yeah, that's right. Welcome to the Tech Zone. I'm nervous that this
You
is
didn't even remember your own segment.
well, it's been a while, as in the
Been a while.
yeah, exactly. This getting into the nitty gritty. This website operates on a little piece of
I'm on the outside and I'm looking in.
a little piece of technology called WebRTC, where each user WebRPC, sorry, each user's using remote procedure calls to send information to the website. So if one of our videos goes out, it's that person's fault.
Now, two things, Dave. That was maybe the nerdiest moment in the history of this show, and we did an entire night on Microsoft.
Sure.
Second, I can tell that you're hot under the collar. I can see the sweat building up. You stammered through that whole thing.
I'm nervous. Anything can go wrong right now. This is I'm on a high wire, and I could easily just fall off.
But here's the thing. We've had some haywire episodes, right? Andy Asaf, former technical director, he teched an entire show one night on a MacBook Air. Those were our lo-fi nights. We also ran Zoom on a 40-minute time limit call where we would throw to old Quebecois commercials, and then we would relaunch the Zoom call in order to reframe everything. We've been through hell and back, baby.
Sure, look, this is just another high risk.
You look. I want you to believe in yourself.
I do believe in myself, James, but it doesn't mean that I'm not still exercising some precaution.
Okay, I like that. That's why you are the tech director, the one and only tech director. I'm worried, though, because as we mentioned a couple moments ago, your wife could conceivably give birth at any moment, not due yet. We don't know what's going to happen once you have to take your paternity leave. It's the first ever paternity leave in at-home history.
I guess so, because my other child wasn't born when we started the show. Well, what? No, she was. I had paternity leave before.
Well, here's the thing. Your daughter was born in June of 2020. We moved over to Twitch 2020, and that was September. So you had some time to raise your baby girl.
That's true. That's true.
We also had other technical directors. Andy was a technical director. Carla Ma was a technical director. Dimitri is and sort of was a technical director.
That's true.
You're the last man standing, not unlike Tim Allen on sitcoms.
Let me ask you this. Where are they now?
Where are they now? Well, Andy is a part of the Second City main stage cast.
So any one of us could have done that. But some of us
Carla's
chose
living
to be on this show.
Just a very relaxed life in British Columbia.
Sure, yeah. So she gave up.
And Dimitri's been teaching improv on Mondays.
So another one given up. That could have been any of us. We can all teach improv. It's
now,
like the easiest thing in the
world. Well, I do.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're saying that in regards to those three people and their excuses, that Shania Twain might say,
yeah, that don't impress me much.
Yeah, I like that you put an Italian spin on it.
Yeah.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah. So you're Brad Pitt.
Dave, I want to get into something that we were chatting about earlier because we were working on today's episode. You and I had a crazy idea. Do you want to let people know what that crazy idea was? And God, please, I hope that you know what I'm talking about.
Well, we were considering maybe acquiring something, right?
Yeah, we were trying to acquire the Tandy Corporation, which for people who remember our Radio Shack retrospective 10-part series, which is currently available on our crappy YouTube page that no one goes to. You can go into the archives, watch now if you like watching 10 plus hours of two guys featuring guests.
It's also on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah. But it's an adaptation, not unlike the new Dahmer series.
We have a limited run on Netflix.
Yeah. I checked in to see if the trademark was still available because I thought, what way to really increase the joke than to acquire the Tandy Corporation? Not available. Best Buy owns it. And Dave, that's when you said,
well, we should look for what's a company we can buy.
Yeah, we want to task the audience right now, whether you're able to or not. I want you to Google companies that maybe did exist that no longer exist. I really wanted us to acquire Eastside Mario's. Hey, bada boom, bada bing.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Still exists. So if anyone out there can look into companies that are now extinct, for lack of a better term. Me and Dave would like to acquire them so At Home can become the parent company of, let's say, an Eastside Mario's or a Video Zone.
What about Quiznos? Does that still exist?
Quiznos still exists.
Not for long, hopefully.
All right, so you're saying that tonight we might acquire Quiznos.
Maybe we do a hostile takeover.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Dave, I'm getting fired up. But in addition to that, I want to make an announcement right here, right now.
It's the one place there isn't one place I'd rather be.
Quote, that's the one place.
Wait, no, there isn't one place. Yeah.
Dave, what holiday famously comes after Halloween, not counting the United States of America?
I guess it's Remembrance Day.
Is that a holiday?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Folks, get ready. November 11th. In what is that? What is it? This week, This Friday, a very special Remembrance Day episode where we remember some of our favorite moments on At Home.
Well, we got to do for the troops. We got to do maybe an episode.
I want
of
everyone.
silence.
Yeah, you're gonna be wearing the traditional Dave over your heart.
Yeah.
No, Dave, we're talking about Christmas.
Oh yeah. What about Hanukkah?
Hanukkah? When does Hanukkah start this year?
That's a good question. Let me look it up.
You don't even know.
Let me look it up.
Here we go. Breaking news. Jewish guy doesn't know date of own holiday.
You can hear me typing. Hanukkah 2022.
Oh, we can see you typing.
Sunday, December 18th.
Okay, so, yes, that holiday. Look, I'm happy to have a Hanukkah episode.
Okay.
Okay, then. We know that the holiday season is coming up, and many holidays are wrapped in the holiday season. I happen to observe Christmas. And Dave, as we've done in 2020 and 2021, we're doing it again. It is the 2022 at-home Christmas tree lighting celebration, where much like Rockefeller Center, I ignite my tree with hundreds of lights. Dave, we shrink you down every year to just a size of an ant, and you're on site, much like Al Roker would be at the Rockefeller Center tree lighting. We let you run free in my home. You're going to be here
down
again this
too,
year.
actually.
Say again?
Al Roker shrunk down. He used to be a bigger fella.
After his gastric
bigger
bypass
fella, and he had
surgery.
gastric bypass surgery.
Yeah. So in many ways, you have your own gastric bypass surgery, and you run wild in my home. We have you down by the tree. We have you in my Christmas village. You're ready to be shrunken down again.
Yeah, I'm
on
excited.
Monday, November 21st.
Yeah, hopefully I can make it.
But here's the deal. We have to take it up a notch. So what I'm going to do, much like the days of the Dean Martins and the Bing Crosbys, it's going to be who's coming over to James's place for Christmas. I'm happy to announce that I am throwing a party in my apartment as I attempt to simultaneously host this show. There are going to be people moving around my home as I am live on the air on Twitch. Dave, how do you think this is going to unfold? Because I think it might have the makings of the worst episode in the history of the show.
Sounds like a technical challenge, that's for sure.
It sounds like a technical challenge. Now, I have a very, very good and high quality microphone that can pick up everything surrounding it. I can set it to different settings, of course. You're going to be here. I'm happy to announce that Vance Gillis, Christmas Keener, is going to be here. He will be coming to us traditionally live via satellite. Some of the people attending the party, Annabelle Agnew, Sehar Manji, Kathy Fagan, and more people to accept the RSVP. I am straight up terrified.
You're only having women at your house?
No, there's going to be guys. I've sent the invite to guys.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear any guys in that list.
Yeah. Hold on. Look, breaking news right now. Are you ready for this? I just got a message from Dimitri.
No.
Dimitri Kirez, November 21st. I'm in, you son of a... And then he says the B word. I don't curse on the show. Dimitri Kirez confirming right here, right now.
There's not another place I'd rather be.
Yeah. Dimitri Kirez. Okay, so I'm not the only guy. I'm not just inviting women to my home.
Because it really just sounded like you were claiming you were throwing a party just to invite a bunch of women over.
No, I'm not using Christmas and my Christmas tree as an excuse to have a women-only party in my home.
Good.
You're going to be here.
Yeah, small me though. They're not even going to notice I'm there.
Yeah, we don't want them to step on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Dave,
Don't
what do you
tread on
think
me.
about this?
What do
What
I
do you
think?
think about it?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I mean, it could be okay.
Okay, so the reviews are in. Dave says, quote, it could be okay. And I said, quote, might possibly be the worst episode in the history of the show.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, is there anyone else that you'd like to see invited? And I really want you to be cautious and only name people that you think I'd invite.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say my dad, but
Yeah, your dad's not welcome.
okay. Why? Because he's
Yeah, I
Jewish,
think
James.
not because I have any issue with your dad.
Okay.
I think it's because, based on your experience and talking about how he doesn't like rock and roll, otherwise, as he would put it, bang bang music. I don't think he'd really be into. He'd be like, the party's a little bit too loud for me, and he'd make us share one glass of eggnog.
He might. Yeah.
Dave, this might be our best opening together.
I don't think so. I think I stuttered all over the place. Maybe it was good on your end.
Yeah, well,
I'm blowing it right now.
coming in from the chat right here, right now, Thomas Barnwell. After years of Thanksgiving invitations, I thought maybe I'd get an invite. Dave, what do you think?
I say invite him.
Thomas Barnwell invited to the 2022 at-home tree lighting celebration and party. This is not going to be good.
No, he's gonna get wasted.
You know what is going to be good, though, tonight? New faces. Dave, you ready for our first guest?
I am ready for it, and I'm hoping that we can find someone who's ready to spice the show up. Because
Now,
I am
here's the
bored
deal.
out of my mind on this show right now.
This guy, and look, this is why we're doing this, Dave. This was your idea. You're fed up of all the guests. You're fed up of the Raquels, and you're fed up of the Alex Browns, and you're fed up of the Sid Rocks and the Taylor McMillans. So we're spicing things up. This guy appeared actually for the first time earlier this year. He hasn't been back since, so he's still got new face status. Let's welcome Charles Montgomery to the show. Charles, welcome back.
Thank you very much. It has been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a period of time. First of all, I appreciate that I'm on the new faces because no one has called this thing a new face in a fair few decades.
Mm-hmm.
So that gave me a little boost. It's kept me going through the day today. I love it. Thank you for that.
Good opener. Good opener. I'm liking this so
Thank
far.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like I'm going to need to tread the line a little bit on the spiciness because I feel like maybe that got me in trouble last time. I don't know if you remember. I came in a little hot. I had some theories about Bryan Adams and the potential sexual undertones of his lyricism.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that maybe immediately got me put on a list of James's unsavory guests.
No, and I will tell you this. So you've been chatting with me about this for a little while now,
Yeah.
and then you brought up Bryan Adams today. I had no recollection of this. Only bringing it up now, it's like, oh yeah, there is one thing I remember, and it's currently above your head. It's that fondue pot that you've got on a display.
Yeah. I think you claimed that maybe I was trying to impress the audience with my display back here, and I
All
said,
right. So obviously this episode really stuck with you more than it stuck with me, because I can tell you right now you were not banned from this show, and there are people that have been banned and unbanned, rebanned, and some people have just been banned.
So
I'm very relieved to hear that. I didn't know if I was coming on here to get a stern talking to or what, but here we are, and I'm happy to be back.
we just want to find out a little bit about you. See what makes you
that's
tick. Would you qualify? Would you consider yourself a bit of a fond dude?
I am a fond dude, and not only, what makes me a bit of a fond dude, first of all, I'm pretty versatile. I get the meat fondues, the cheese ones, the oil-based ones.
What about
also
chocolate?
The cheese ones. Chocolate, not my favorite, but I'll go there.
Dave, what do you think about that? Now, at first, he laughed at your fondue joke. I can't tell if it was a fake laugh. What do you think about his dismissal of chocolate?
I think it was a fake laugh. That wasn't a really great joke. So it was, but that's okay. He's trying to remain calm and keep me on his good side.
And this is his first time interacting with you, Dave. You were not here when Charles was on the show originally. When I told you that Charles was going to be on the show, you were pretty impressed with his full name.
Yeah, Charles Montgomery. Are you of British origin?
I'm assuming.
So you don't know your background.
Well, Montgomery is a Scottish name, Traditionally, I did actually find out recently, and oh boy, I feel like the ratings are going to tank with this dull story. But I did
The
find out.
ratings weren't good to begin with.
Excellent.
That's not what this show's about.
All right. It's originally a French name, and apparently the Montgomerys were minor royalties in France who got booted the hell out of the country for some kind of impropriety,
That's
and
cool.
then became Scotsmen.
Now, you just got a "that's cool" from Dave. Now, that goes a long way. Now, what I've taken the liberty of doing is tasking our guests tonight with a topic of conversation, because usually Dave and myself, we work tirelessly to come up with topics, right? Things that people can chat about, converse about. We want to put the ball in your court to see if you've got what it takes. And then if you do, heck, it might not be another 10 months until you're here. So, Charles, what do you want to talk about tonight?
All right. Well, listen, I didn't want to come on here to reinvent the wheel. I know
I'm
you
listening.
guys have been going hard on the Halloween. You're kind of Halloween focused right now. Visions of Monster Mash swirling around in your head. Actually, can I sidebar for a sec?
Dave, what do you think? Can he sidebar for a sec?
Well, James, we should sidebar about it before
Sure. Yeah. Sidebar.
Yeah, I
Dave,
think it's all
this guy
right.
wants a sidebar. What do you think?
I think it's okay. I feel like we've taken a couple of sidebars on this show, so it's only right to allow guests to do one.
All right. Let's get back to it. Yeah, Charles, Dave's got something he wants to tell you.
Okay,
Charles,
go ahead.
can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, you can go ahead and do that sidebar.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot. It's just a curiosity of my own. I'm a music guy. Everyone knows the Monster Mash. Is there a second Halloween song?
Oh, yeah. There's a variety of Halloween songs all in that rockabilly style. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a connoisseur in the way that I would be when it comes to Christmas and holiday music, but there is an entire genre of music very much like Bobby Boris Pickett.
But I mean, like holiday music has permeated the culture.
Yep.
And I feel like Monster Mash is the only Halloween song that kind of broke through.
It was a full album, and you're correct. That is probably the one that did pierce through. He also had a lesser popular one called The Monsters Rap, and it's a rap song.
Okay, of course he did.
Now, I got to say this. We just did like 4 or 5 weeks of Halloween.
Let's leave it aside then.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, I just want to ease into things topic-wise. We're both music guys. So
Both? Dave? How do you
Oh.
feel? This guy's not claiming you're a music guy.
Well, I did used to be in a band.
And you think
Yeah.
that okay. Yeah, that
Yeah,
probably
Dave
qualifies.
was a part of the Spin Doctors.
Yeah.
What'd you play in that band?
I sung vocals on Three Princes.
2 Princes.
Can we get a piece
Well,
of
I
it?
did the sequel.
Oh, yeah, much like the Monsters
It
Rap.
was exactly.
Yeah, it's about 3 guys fighting over a lady.
Yeah.
It's the reverse of My Party in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
thought it was bad when there was just 2. Check
Yeah.
out 2.
Charles, continue. You're on the clock.
Right. So there's been some hot docs in the last couple of years about music festivals. We got the Fire Festival. I think they've made about 6 about Woodstock. And my conclusion in watching all of these is that I feel like the music festival needs a bit of an update. And I feel like you two, eye contact to both of you, are just the people to kind of workshop this with me. I've come up with a few ideas to kind of get the ball rolling, but I really would welcome, if we're going to be working together in the future, we got to have some team synergy. We got to be able to throw the ball around, catch it, pass it, whatever. So, everyone's
Those are all sports terms, James.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay.
Now, this is interesting. Now, Charles, it sounds like what you're proposing is that we jump into a think tank and we find a way to curate a new music festival, which is interesting because about 2 years ago, I did a very similar topic with friend of the show and formerly band guest, Dale Bernier, where we tried to put together and curate a Canadian music festival. Now, this is a retread, but you weren't aware. So,
No.
Dave, do we let this pass?
Well, look, in the words of famous Canadian rockers, Bare Naked Ladies, it's all been done. So I think
All
we
right,
should
so
let it go.
Charles, we're going to let it go. Why don't you take it away?
Okay, first of all, My bone to pick with a lot of the music festivals is they make you go way the hell out to nowhere. It's always at the old fairgrounds or the old zoo grounds or the old Air Force Base. I say we bring the music festival back to the city, but not like Jazz Fest style where it's still just like big stage, small stage. I say we find a section of the city that's just like dense with clubs, and it's just competing bands at all the different clubs all at once. And you can't get in everywhere. They're small clubs, so you gotta make choices.
Isn't that kind of what Pooza Fest is?
I have no idea.
That's kind of like Pop Montreal.
Yeah, Pop Montreal.
All right. So yeah,
it's all been done.
Off to a great start here.
Look, right now, don't worry about it. Right,
it's just the beginning, my friends. I'm not too stressed about this.
Good.
Good.
All right. Second thing.
Good.
Whether this is a single day show or a multi-day, end of each day, kind of like a certain role-playing competition that takes place every Friday. People vote on who they think the best individual musicians of the day are. And at the end of the day, those people have, let's say there's 5, 6 of them, they have an hour to prepare a set that they play together.
Almost like a battle of the bands that turns into a jam sesh.
Yeah, Battle of the Bands. It's yesterday's news. We got, the guitar player from Jesus Jones with Billie Eilish, and maybe Keith Richards is in there, and they're all just like seeing what each other are about,
So it sounds like you have a really limitless budget if you're booking the Rolling Stones, Billie Eilish, Jesus Jones. Dave, what do you think about this idea?
I like the idea of a music festival with a really big budget.
Yeah, I also like that. So right now, that's what is really putting this segment a notch above, is that you want to have a big budget music festival. Dave, you okay over there?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know, Charles.
Yeah.
Again, don't be nervous. How big is the budget for this festival?
It is somewhere in the $500 million to limitless zone. I haven't really, I was in a rush to prepare for the festival, so I hadn't really dotted all the I's and crossed the T's on where the financing is going to specifically come from. I do have some thoughts about expanding the VIP section, but with some very specific requirements for VIPs.
Yep.
Personally, I think, when you go to like an Oceaga or whatever, and you have your VIP section, it just looks like it's full of fat cats, just standing there doing their fat cat dances.
Smoking cigars. Tipping their top hats,
lighting the cigars with cash,
twisting their mustache ends,
watching the festival through their monocle,
enjoying their fancy porta potties. They kind of bring the whole vibe down, no?
Giving out $200.
I would say that fuddy-duddies bring the vibe down.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
want to hold that thought. Now, Charles, part of this show is sort of acknowledging the chat room, and right now we've got a request.
Oh.
Someone wants you to see more of the fat cat dance, rather more of you doing the fat cat dance. Now, there's been a lot of dances on this show. The award-winning Sleazy Slump.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Let's keep dancing here. Now, this could be this guy's thing, Dave. This guy comes in. It's almost like Arsenio Hall had the hoo, right? Charles comes in. He does, do the fat cat dance.
I was hoping that would be something that would rhyme with his name, or like an alliteration with his name. The Charles...
The Charleston Fat Cat Dance?
Or the Montgomery...
Montgomery Meow?
The Montgomery Moves?
Yes.
Yeah. Montgomery.
Also coming in from the chat, this bodes well for you, Charles. Quote, Charles is funny. Let's keep going. I want to know what you're going to name this festival, because we know that everything's in a name.
Well, that's very interesting. You should bring it back. Bring it to that, because one of the last things on my list here is simplify the names. What is a Lollapalooza? Who the heck has heard of an Oceaga? What is a Coachella? It's just, it's all a little out there. Why don't we just call it like the music festival that happens this Friday?
The music festival that happens this Friday.
I'm
Dave,
just
what do you think?
here again, just keep it easy to understand, keep it literal, keep it simple, baby.
What if we condense that into Friday Fest?
If it happens on a Friday, perfect. If it's over to
hold on. You said it happens on a Friday. Does it happen on a Friday?
Wait, does the music festival that happens this Friday happen on a Saturday?
Because that's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
I do like that too. I'm also having some thoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, for one night only, Friday Fest comes to Montreal on Saturday, November 12th, 2022. Get your tickets now. Available only at evenco.com.
Available only on Wednesday.
Featuring Billie Eilish, Jesus Jones, and Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Organized by Charles Montgomery.
The originator of the Fat Cat Dance. VIP passes available for the poor only. I have to say, Dave, we really punched up this idea.
That's what I'm looking for, you know?
Yeah.
So, but again, this is not our segment, Charles. Does Friday Fest happen on a Friday or a Saturday? Now, I want you to take a second to think, and I want you to imagine that really ominous song from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire before the decision needs to be made is playing in your head.
I don't need to phone a friend. I don't need any of that. I already know this is taking place on Monday night.
Like
Monday.
football.
That directly competes with this show.
Yeah, that's true.
With.
I got to say, Friday Fest sucks.
Wait, James, I can punch this up. What if we performed at Friday Fest and we did a live episode?
Featuring a live episode of Twitch.tv's At Home with James. Hold on. I'm seeing it. Dave, you punch that idea up again.
Thank you. Well, look, we've been doing this a long time.
Coverage of Friday Fest taking place on Monday. And I really could see this, again, the synergy, working with At Home with James, working with both of you. I think this could be a beautiful thing.
All right. Dave, do you have any follow-up questions for Charles as we begin to wind down? Because it's a packed episode. So many new faces.
Yeah. You think Limp Bizkit's going to be there?
Bennett.
It's just one of those days.
I don't even have that joke for that. I don't think they're invited.
Okay.
So no love for Fred and Wes.
Because they had a great set at Woodstock 99.
Yeah.
They sure did.
Yeah.
I have two more things. One of them is very close to my heart and probably the most essential thing for the festival. The second one, which I'll start with, dunking booth. Good old-fashioned dunking booth. I think we should bring back dunking booths for festivals. I've never
like at a county fair.
Yeah, like county fair dunking booth. Let's get.
Dave, what do you think about a dunking booth?
Who would be dunked? That's my question.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely artists from the roster of performance. You have your Jesus Jones, you have your Billie Eilish. They're up there. They're doing it for charity, maybe, but maybe not. Maybe just.
I think we replace the water. I think we replace the water with energy drinks.
Absolutely. Do you have a brand of choice?
Probably go Rockstar.
Okay, that's a bit on the nose, but all right.
That's pretty good, actually, because it's a music festival.
Yeah, exactly. The easy choice would be Guru, right? Because it's a Quebec-based brand. I think if you're going to have this festival, Rockstar is one of the official sponsors.
Okay. Yeah, I just feel like maybe if we have this limitless budget, we can really do a deep exploration of who all the energy drinks are out there.
I think every time someone gets dunked, there's an audio clip of the song Rockstar by Canadian rock band legends Nickelback.
Absolutely.
And we all just want to be big rock stars sitting in a dunk tank in a fancy car. Right, Dave? What do you think about that punch-up?
I think, if they're going to do that song for specifically that purpose, they should make the lyrics reflect what's happening. So I really like that.
Yeah. Now, what did you think about my punch-up on the lyrics, Dave?
That's what I'm saying. I think I really liked it because
Awesome.
it
Dave,
really
good
reflected
work
what was
tonight, man.
happening.
Good work tonight, Dave.
Hey, right back at you.
All right, Charles, there's one more thing that was near and dear to your heart.
This one is essential. I feel like it has, it's the glue in the fabric, could be the glue in a fabric of an amazing music festival.
Yep.
Cheap grilled cheeses and slush puppies.
I do love cheap food. Dave, what do you think about cheap grilled cheese and slush? Slush in November is pretty cold.
Slush puppies. Gotta be.
Classic brand of slush. Yeah, you got your red, your blue, your green. What do you think, Dave?
I'm going to say, what kind of cheese are we using? Are we using American or are we using like a cheddar?
I don't think we're standardizing it. I think it's kind of a user-fed thing. People show up with their own sandwich presses. They kind of set up shop, and
Oh, it's
they're
bring
just
your own cheese.
Absolutely.
I got it. I think bring your own sandwich press. There's just extension cords everywhere.
You trip over those though.
We'll keep our eye on things. We'll make sure we have the best.
You got to keep those sandwich presses away from the dunk tank.
Also, I'd be a little bit worried that someone would throw a sandwich press at Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Get clunked and grilled on stage.
All right, so we're saying it's not BYOP.
No.
Charles, I have to say, pretty impressed. I'm
Really?
pretty impressed.
Huh.
Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to be a Shania Twain on this one. I'm also pretty impressed.
Yeah, and I'll say the one big thing that worked in your favor, Charles, is you were able to relinquish control and let me and Dave really punch up the ideas.
Well, thank you.
Kind of like Dragon's Den, right? Where we make you an offer and you're one of those people. No, I need full control of the company plus $30 million.
Absolutely not. You got to stay humble. You got to start at the bottom and work your way up. And, I'm hoping this is going well. And one day my boots will be under the bed of At Home with James.
Charles, because of this, I'm in. Dave?
I'd like to make an offer.
Right.
You get five more minutes of airtime on the show. Next episode.
Yeah, you've earned 5 extra
Or
minutes of airtime.
In a future episode.
In a future episode. Those are the conditions.
Also, I would like a percentage of the sales of the At Home with James Panini press that we're going to start selling soon, hopefully.
Dave?
Or grilled cheese press.
I'm sorry, we're not doing branding deals at this juncture. But
right now we're in the midst of trying to acquire a company, so
yeah, we need all of our rights for the negotiations.
Got it.
Charles?
Understood. Yeah.
you've done it. I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm very impressed with your new face status.
And as usual, the professionalism at Home with James is top shelf, and I'm just proud to be associated with it on any level.
Well, that is very kind of you to say. Charles, thanks so much for being here. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Dave, I have to say that's quite a beginning to tonight's New Faces episode. Charles has really set a very high bar. And I want to say right now, I'm really tinkering with the idea of stealing his idea and doing Friday Fest on an episode of this show.
I think it's a good idea. That Charles character was pretty impressive.
Yeah, maybe he could almost be kind of like the grand marshal of the episode.
What's that? What's a grand marshal?
Well, it's kind of like, I guess it's like the head of like a parade or something. Like maybe he's the host of the festival, but then he's not the host of the show.
Okay, I got it. We can throw to him as he's doing stuff.
It's kind of like in the way that maybe like Ryan Seacrest is the host of Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve.
Sure, but that's because Dick Clark had a stroke and passed away.
Well, he had a stroke and he didn't pass away right away, so he would appear at the end to do the countdown. But Ryan Seacrest took over.
Sure, but then he did, yeah.
Now, coming in from the chat, courtesy of Catherine, we've got, quote, I would like to see you both acquire IBM. I don't believe that IBM is available.
We'll have to check, but yeah, I think that's going to be tough for us to purchase.
We have asked people, look into what companies are available for purchase, the intellectual property. Me and Dave, this is not a gag. This isn't a JFL gag. We're not hiding in a porta potty with a camera. We're not going to sneak out saying, oh, can you watch our porta potty? We have to go somewhere. And then a feces monster pops out. We're serious.
And I'm gonna pledge some money to this cause tonight. I'm willing to put in $500 to purchase a company.
Yeah. And I'm going to put in whatever we make off of Friday Fest.
Yeah, okay. And the proceeds from Friday Fest plus $500, and we will buy a company and fold it into our greater corporate entity and have it be one of our subsidiaries.
Before we do that, we need to welcome our next new face. This is truly a first-time guest alert, a first-time appearance from Sarah Ellis. Sarah, welcome to the show. You're on At Home with James. So happy to have you here tonight.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
Pleasure's all mine. Prior to the
Hey.
show, I said, and I inquired because I felt strongly about it, that you had an external microphone that was of high quality, and now we're hearing that crispy, clear voice already, at least vocally, miles above Charles.
Thank you. I wanted to do this right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
Dave,
sounds
what do you
good.
think about that?
That sounded great. That was like listening to the radio.
Pronunciation on radio. Now, Sarah, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, what did you think of Charles's pitch, which was Friday Fest? It happens on a Monday, features a dunk tank, features limitless budget for artists. He did very well for himself. How do you think that he did?
I think he did very well. I mean, technically not his first appearance, so I think
Yep.
bit of an unfair advantage coming in with a handicap here.
You're right.
But I did appreciate, and I definitely think that the festival sounds like a good time.
All right. Now, I hope that that hasn't added too much pressure to you. Again, this is truly a first-time appearance for you. We've tasked you with something, much like Charles, to bring a topic, right? We don't know what it is. This is not pre-planned. I've asked you both. Don't tell me what it is. Charles, he hit a home run tonight. Sarah, what are we talking about?
Well, I didn't realize how much planning my competitor was going to be doing. I was just going to talk about a rash that I got this week.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like this. I like this already, and I'll tell you why. Much like Charles bringing up curating a festival, about 2 years ago, I did an entire ringworm awareness night episode where I tried to raise money to be hashtag ringworm strong because I have often battled ringworm. I raised exactly $0. So this is a topic for my heart. A rash. Dave, what do you think about this as a topic?
Look, we've all had rashes. We're all adults here, and it's an important thing to discuss. A lot of people, they get embarrassed when the subject of rashes comes up. They want to hide. They don't get medical attention. It's good to talk about it, get it out in the open. The first way to get better is to admit you have a problem.
See, that was something I didn't do at first that only exasperated the problem. So for the past couple years, I don't know what happened. My skin's gotten really sensitive. I have dermatitis on my scalp, so I have to use like this fancy shampoo.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought this week I was like, oh, I'm feeling fancy. I'm going to try out a new face cleanser.
As
for
one
fun.
does.
As one does, you know, some different suds for a different vibe. And I woke up the next morning after using it, full disgusting face rash, right, like all around my mouth. It looked like I had a million little white pimples just all over. And it was vanity.
And look, that's fair. Dave brought it up, right? No one likes a rash. No one likes a blemish. We've all got them. We do what we can to make the most of them. Dave, for instance, has been on record on this show as talking about dealing with butt acne.
Salicylic acid.
Whoa.
Exfoliate that shit.
So what do you
suggesting? Not only are you coming here to talk about rashes, you know exactly what Dave has.
No,
and what was that again? One more time now.
Salicylic acid?
I don't think that's what I have. I think that's what she's suggesting applying to my posterior.
Yeah, that's a
mistake.
A product recommendation, not the medical term for butt acne.
You're giving him a prescription, which means you've officially unlocked nickname status on this show, Dr. Sarah Ellis, medicine woman.
Yep. You just have to sign a waiver before taking any of my advice.
So
Dave, what do you think about this so far? This is great.
Dip my butt in acid is apparently what should help. I mean, that sounds like it'll work.
It sounds like it could also be a 90s dance song.
What, dip my butt in acid?
Dip your butt in acid. Acid is everywhere.
That's pretty good. Oh, and then there's like another section of the song. Oh,
yeah, it's always a guy with a deep voice. Yeah.
Salicylic acid.
Needs to put acid on
your butt in acid.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get
He's
back
put
to
acid
this.
on his
Now,
body.
Sarah, I'm right there with you. I have had to go to the my personal doctor many times over the past couple years. It is 100% primarily for skin related things. I have got such sensitive skin to the point that last time I was at my doctor, I said, every time I come here, you're telling me I've got eczema somewheres else. Got so many creams in my cabinet.
How many creams?
So many creams.
Yeah, I thought that I would be safe because it was labeled as like clean, hypoallergenic, fragrance free. So then I used it and I felt a little something and I was like, oh, it's working.
Yeah.
But it wasn't working. It was me having an allergic reaction and needing to take a bunch of Benadryl.
Now, can I ask you, and again, feel free to say yay or nay. Prior to this new cleanser, were you using Cetaphil?
I was using CeraVe.
Now, that was going to be my second choice. I feel like they're often competitors. I'm a Cetaphil man.
Oh. Is it
I
working for
believe you meant pedophile.
No, I meant Cetaphil.
Oh, my mistake. My mistake.
Yeah. I did not mean Pedophil, which is a new character coming up on the show. It's a guy named Phil who eats pitas.
Yeah, pedophile.
Pedophil.
Oh, not what I thought that was going.
Yeah.
We're punching it up. Yeah. Appearing this Monday at Friday Fest, it's Pedophil. Yeah. Now, okay, Sarah, let's get into it. It maybe feels like this is an opportune time to remember that there's still a COVID going around. Now, not many people are wearing masks. I feel like I'm off and on. I'm one of the last holdouts here. Was it convenient for you in this moment? Oh, I'm just going to put on a COVID mask.
Yes. I went grocery shopping today and I wore it. Nobody knew. I was at a concert yesterday night when it was getting a little and I was wearing one there, so no one has to know.
Were you at Friday Fest yesterday?
No, it's not Monday yet. So.
That's true. Well, it is Monday.
Now, what concert was it?
It was Alex G.
Alex G. I'm not familiar. Dave, do you know Alex G?
No, I think I know. There's a restaurant called Alex G on Sherbrooke.
When there's a guest on this show, Alex Gauthier.
Yeah.
How was the concert? How was the concert?
It was really good. It was my first indoor standing room only concert since 2019 probably. And the music was good, the vibe was good, but I realized how annoying it is to be at concerts sometimes.
Yeah, it can be awful.
Can I just complain for a second?
Are you looking for a sidebar here?
Sidebar, please.
Hold on, Dave, sidebar.
I think we should allow it.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think so too. I'm interested. I am going to go back to the rash later on, though. Do you think, or is it too late, Dave?
No, I think you can go back. I think we can sidebar and then recalibrate. Yeah.
Got it. Let's go back. Sarah, it's all yours.
Okay. So I'm relatively tall. My partner, relatively tall. We try to make sure we're not blocking any shorties behind us or whatever. There's a man who stood in front of me, directly in front of me. There was still room. There were places to go. Right in front of me, at least 6'2". And then
that's my height.
On top of that, he takes a hat out of his pocket and puts on it. It's a beanie, but he doesn't pull it down properly, down. He puts it like a little tent on top of his head, like a loose, like a little condom on top of his head.
Still poofy,
adding at least 2 inches to his height. So now it's like, I can tiptoe.
Legendary viewer High Score Run writes, what a power move. That is a power move. That's an FU.
Yeah, it was. I felt it and I was like, if it was to anyone else, I'd be like, good play. But it was to me and I was upset. So then I moved over a little bit.
That must have blocked your view of Alex G.
It absolutely did. I could not see the man.
Yeah.
I was very upset. We paid money for these tickets. I wanted to see the man play the guitar. Whatever. You move a little. It's par for the course for a concert. And then the next guy who stands next to me, he's vaping some like watermelon shit like inside, right in my
We
face.
love anything vape related on this show, Dave, correct?
Correct. I hope you made friends with this guy.
No,
Ooh.
absolutely not.
You're lucky this is in a sidebar right now, by the way.
Yeah. I am taking notes though. Sarah, I want to circle back. Was it difficult to enjoy the concert as much as you would have wanted to, knowing that you had this discomfort going on underneath your mask?
Yeah, I was trying to be conscious not to like try to itch through it. So I was thinking about it, and then when you're thinking
you're
about
aware,
it,
right? It's like when you go out and you got a zit on your nose, your lip, right? There's no hiding it, and you're aware of it. And sometimes you forget, and then you're keenly aware. Maybe you scratch your face and you go, oof! You really you hit that pimple, right? Is that what you were going through? That I know it's there and I can't fully immerse.
Yeah, and I think that also contributed to my general annoyance throughout the night, where I was just like, this is already annoying me, so every little thing was just like piling on top.
I'm going to say this. You missed a good opportunity of taking your mask off and freaking out the people around you.
Well, I thought of just like coughing a little bit, like fake coughing, and maybe they'd like disperse, but I also didn't want to be like scaring people into thinking that I was going to get them sick.
But you should have, though, because that would have made your concert experience much better.
Yeah. Now, in terms of right now, Sarah, it doesn't appear by way of your camera there's anything going on. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much have you recovered? 1 being not much, 10 being pretty much recovered.
Are you using some kind of digital filter right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not using a filter.
Nice.
But the low light is contributing to making it less visible. I'd say I'm at around like a 6 or a 7.
That's pretty good on recovery, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, she's the doctor, but...
Yeah, it's true. Dr. Sarah Ellis, medicine woman.
Confirmed.
Now, do you think this is going to sort of, I guess, discourage you from trying new products moving forward? Are you going to go back to CeraVe?
Probably, but I probably won't learn a lesson from this. And then in a couple of months, I'll be like, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe I'll try something else and it'll be better.
So you might live on the edge.
Yeah, but that's not usually how I live my life. I'm actually quite a worrier.
Okay.
I worry a lot.
Okay. Now, this is perfect because you're opposite one of the all-time worriers in at-home history. Dave, you're a bit of a worrywart as well.
Sure, I'm a bit of a worrier. Yeah.
Now, would you have any advice for Sarah?
I would say don't leave your house.
Okay. It's not very feasible.
Yeah. I don't know about this advice, Dave. Wow. I mean, you've been hanging on that basement a long time.
Yeah, I haven't left my house today, really, that much.
All right, well, I would counter that and say I think it's probably good to leave your house, get some fresh air, take a walk, maybe climb the mountains, something like that. Go to the Orange Julep, have a nice little orange drink. But, different strokes.
No, I think I'll leave my house.
Sarah, so far, I'm very much enjoying this conversation. It's less procedural, which I liked about Charles. It's more open. But again,
2 very different vibes.
Yeah. VDB.
You're attacking the segment from different angles, but it makes it for a more interesting show.
Well, Dave, you and I were going over our questions earlier today, and there's one that, Sarah, I want to hit you with. In the case that, you become a regular, semi-regular, where do you see yourself on this show in 5 years?
Well, in 5 years' time, God willing, the show is still happening.
I like that answer.
It's true.
We
might end it at any moment.
I think I'd be hosting. I think I would eventually come for your job, and before you know it, I'm the main host. It's still called At Home with James. That's fine, but I think I'll take over.
Would you want a side piece on the show?
Yeah.
That's Dave's title. Dave is the side piece.
Yeah, you can stay side piece.
Dave, can I sidebar for a second?
Sure, you can sidebar with a side piece.
Yeah, Dave, I wanna hate what was just said, but I loved the audacity.
It's a bold move, and oftentimes people follow bold people into war.
Okay, let's get back to it, Dave.
Yeah.
Sarah, before we begin to wind down, Dave, do you have any questions for Sarah? I just asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years on this show? Any follow-up questions from your docket of questions?
Yeah. What's your if you could say you have a biggest flaw, what would that be?
I think I'm just so much of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it can be
it's
tough.
just really my fatal flaw. I
That
just
can
do
be
things
tough.
so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't really relate to other people.
No.
Sarah, how do you think you did tonight? 1 to 10 again.
10, smashed it. 11.
Sarah, I think you're going to be hearing from me real soon.
I would be honored.
You know what? I'm just going to say it. You got 5 minutes on a future episode.
5 minutes on a future episode.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
And because of this,
a
I'm in.
segment less long than the one you just did.
Yes. Yeah. It'll be less long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarah, do you accept that offer?
I'll take 10 minutes
Oh.
and I won't take your job in 5 years.
I think we can work around that. I'll have my people contact your people.
Sounds like a plan.
Sarah, thanks so much for being here for the first time ever, and it won't be the last time.
Thanks for having me.
Right,
Appreciate
that's
it.
Sarah Ellis. Dave, this has been, I got to say, one of the best in a while. And I'm not just saying it. I'm saying it because I'm saying it, and I'm saying it because I mean it.
Hey, you said it, and you mean it.
Dave, are you ready to meet our final new face tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
This one really blew my mind because, we put the call out for new guests on the show. Unlike Sarah and unlike Charles, this person did not provide us with a name, or at least a real name.
That's exciting.
They've got a title and or nickname.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what it is.
Well, let's welcome our third and final new face tonight. Folks, please welcome the Night Freak. Night Freak, welcome to the show. It's very good to
You might need to
Meet you for
unmute
the-
yourself also. You might be
meet
muted.
you for the first time.
Hey, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
Yeah, Night Freak, very much a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a
Well,
pleasure
the
to have you.
pleasure's all ours.
Whoa.
Dave, this is the Night Freak, Dave.
Don't talk over each other.
Hey, pleasure.
Well, Night Freak, we're here to welcome some fresh blood, fresh meat, some might say, to the show. And we've been asking everyone tonight, what are you going to bring to the show that makes it unique? So we're curious to know. And again, we have not vetted these topics. Anything is free to be discussed. What's something you'd like to discuss tonight in order to earn a spot on the program?
Can I just ask a quick question?
Sure.
I don't recognize that city that's in the windows behind you. Where are you right now?
I'm in a real dark place right now. Night City.
Oh.
It's the name of a bar that I like to frequent, that I actually own myself.
Oh, so you're a business owner. That's cool.
You like to frequent the bar that you own?
It's called being a good manager, Dave. Is that a problem?
No. It sounds like sounds responsible, if anything.
I like to hang out here and make sure all the nozzles and everything are clean and all the drinks taste good.
Well, I get that's the making.
Sometimes
of
I
a good
ride down the bar to make sure it's nice and slippery, so when I slide a cocktail all the way down, it goes all the way to the back.
So you're the bartender too?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a good manager.
Hey, you ever have John Taffer come to your bar?
He's a personal friend of mine.
You're personal friends with John Taffer
Whoa.
of Bar Rescue?
I taught him everything he knows.
You taught John Taffer of Bar Rescue?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
like I said.
So you're saying you
great
showed him
man.
the errors of inexperience and inadequate bar owners' ways when they leave raw chicken all over the place?
Absolutely.
Did you teach him how to get a little bit of spittle on the side of his mouth when he talks?
No, that's his signature move. I can't teach everyone everything.
So far, Dave, I'm impressed with the Night Freak.
This is a great new face.
Yeah.
A little bit about who I am. I used to be a weak, fragile, brittle man.
Sorry.
And then something happened to me.
Good, I guess.
Much like Spider-Man 3, a symbiote fell and landed on my
Like, you're talking about what transformed Peter Parker into Venom.
But this is real life. Based on a film with Topher Grace, Kirsten Dunst, and Spider-Man. A symbiote fell from Earth and landed
Wait,
on
hold on. No.
Yeah, it was.
Topher Grace played Spider-Man. Spider-Man
No.
is not...
No, you got it wrong
Actor,
too.
you're
You got it
right.
wrong
No,
too,
you're
James.
wrong. Topher Grace.
Tobey Maguire played
Oh,
Spider-Man.
excuse me. I also got it wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a pushover. In fact, I'm the anti-pushover. I put people in their place. Rent is never on time. I always take no shits. And I'm assertive, blunt, and in your face.
Can I pause for a
I'm
second?
Night Freak.
You always take no shits?
That's right.
So, like, the symbiote has prevented you from undergoing regular bodily functions.
Bowel movements, yeah.
Correct. Meaning, as a contributor to this show, you never have to worry about me leaving the cockpit.
That's very interesting, although I don't know if we refer to it as the cockpit.
I do. And you have a problem with that?
I don't. I'm just saying that when I think cockpit, I think of a plane, not an internet show.
I think of a phallic object.
Oh, because of cock.
Well done, Dave. I'm going to write you down right now.
Gonna write him down?
James, while he's
You're doing
writing me
this
down,
in
I have a question for you. Has anybody left the show mid-segment because they had to take a huge shit?
No, it's never happened in 401 episodes, but I suppose it's possible between you and I, but not the Night Freak.
Yeah, I guess we could if nature
never
called,
happened.
it would happen to us. But yeah, not to him.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about yourself, Night Freak? We know that you're not a pushover. You don't take any guff.
I don't pay rent on time.
Is that a plus?
You tell me.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's a plus.
Dave, you're at +1. And James, you're at -10.
Wait, why are you ranking
Why?
us?
Yeah.
Just making sure to see how this interview is going.
Oh, okay. So this is interesting. Your tactic is to interview us.
That's right. It's a power move.
All right. Night Freak, any other details that you'd like to let the audience know about yourself? Because again, we're trying to get to know everyone. Charles, Sarah, yourself.
I'm a sensual creature. Tantalizing like a black widow. Weaving a web of seduction and eroticism. That's what I bring to the table. And I could see, while looking at both of you, it's been lacking.
Are you talking about Black Widow from the MCU, much like Spider-Man?
Did she have a symbiote?
No.
Then I'm not talking about her. Much like the film, me, myself, and Irene, I've developed an alter ego. That film featured Jim Carrey.
Sure, yeah. It's the Farrelly brothers. Farrelly?
No, I like Farrelly brothers. We're going to punch this
Farrelly.
up and refer to them as the Farrelly brothers.
Farrelly brothers.
I have an alter ego. This alter ego is very sexy. James, -5.
So you're the Night Freak and you've got another alter ego?
No, my alter ego is the Night Freak.
Okay, well, let's just... Can you know...
I have a bone to pick with you, James.
Yeah, well, I have a bone to pick with you. I mean, you know, Dimitri, it's you.
I didn't understand what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I'm a new face. You've never seen me before.
no, you've been on the show. You've said all the stuff. You talked about Spider-Man 3. You talked about the symbiote. It was in August.
I've never done this bit before. I'm a new face. to the
Dave,
show.
you remember this,
No,
right?
I was on that show. You did the same bit and referenced Spider-Man 3 numerous times.
said that Peter Parker was a pushover. The landlord showed up to the door, banged on the door, demanded the rent, and you, much like Peter Parker when he was infected with the symbiote, refused to be a pushover.
That's right. Yeah, it's based on real life events.
That happened to you, Dimitri?
It happened to me, the Night Freak.
Okay, so you, the Night Freak, not Dimitri, had an experience similar to Spider-Man the actor, otherwise
Spider-Man
known
3.
as... Right. Where you were both accosted by a landlord to pay the rent on time? Yeah, you did all this.
I'm a new face to the show. You've never seen me before, James.
All right, well, Night Freak, what is it that you'd like to use as your discussion topic tonight?
Well, first and foremost, I have a bone to pick with you, James.
Sure.
You mentioned prior to this evening that I was invited to a night. I never got an invite.
Oh, so you did only invite ladies.
I want to make it very clear that there's no shame in having a party of just women and yourself the only male of the party, James.
Now, are you saying that the Night Freak didn't get an invitation or Dimitri didn't get an invitation?
Dimitri didn't get an invitation.
So you speak for Dimitri. But you're the Night Freak.
I think what's happening is that Dimitri and the Night Freak are in an eternal struggle in Dimitri's mind for control over Dimitri's body. And right now, the Night Freak is winning.
Okay, so let's just say that I actually didn't get any text at all from Dimitri about attending the party on the 21st.
There it is. There it is.
So you lied to me, James.
You're right. Yeah, Dave, I lied, and I promised to be better, and I acknowledge...
And you also lied to the entire audience of your show.
I want to apologize, and I assure you that I will never lie about messages, text, or otherwise that I got or did not get from Dimitri. Because right now we're not talking to Dimitri, we're talking to the Night Freak.
All because
guys,
you...
it's Dimitri, okay? I haven't been on the show in a little while, okay? All right? And I just want to... I'm jealous that you're recasting the show right now, and I'm a little freaked out, all right? Because I've been on the show 100... 200 times. And
Nope.
I'm how many times have I been on the show? It's got to be at least 300 times.
You're getting close to 100, but not there yet.
Okay, well, that's how many times has Dave been on the show?
Dave's well into the 200s, about 250.
Okay, well, I'm still a new face then, aren't I? In considering?
Look, why don't we, Dimitri, look, I like the idea. I'm interested. Just play the Night Freak. I like it. It's funny. Right, Dave? It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's amusing, I guess.
All right.
So, Night Freak, what do you want to talk about tonight? What topic are you bringing to the table?
I have something real sick I want to ask you too. Something really, really sick that's going to make your skin crawl.
Okay, well...
You two seem like pretty straight and narrow, straight-laced mannequins.
Yeah, we're super straight mans.
But every mannequin has a dark nougat center. I don't ask you.
Like a Tootsie Pop?
What's the most depraved activity you've ever committed in public? Dave, you go first.
The most depraved activity?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
What's the most sick thing you've ever done?
Maybe I toked on some reefer outdoors.
Dave, a little birdie told me something. You are expecting a child soon.
Yeah, that's right.
We can all assume that you conceived this child.
I mean, I assume, sure, yeah.
So you only assume?
B? Well, we can all assume he said it.
Do you assume, or is it for real?
I mean, it seems like it was me, yeah.
Be honest. Did you make it happen outside in public?
You're talking about the night of conception.
Yes.
No, we did not conceive of my second child outdoors. It was inside.
I don't believe you.
I don't know how to prove. I don't know how to prove myself correct here, but I can assure you that my wife is not one for adventure in that capacity. So it was indoors.
let me jump in here. Night Freak, is there any way that Dave can prove to you that he did not, in fact, conceive his soon-to-be-born child outside during a public sex act?
I'll have to ask the child.
All right. Well, yeah. As soon as the child's born, you can feel free to interrogate them and ask them at what moment, indoors or outdoors, did they enter into cellular existence.
Now, I want to propose something here. We did this a couple weeks ago for the first time in a long time. It was a classic trademark of the old days of At Home. It was a role play where we each take on other characters. I'd like to see what it might look like if the Night Freak confronted your soon-to-be-born son to ask what happened. And what if I play your son, Dave?
Sure.
All right, so I will try to get into the characteristics of a baby, and then Night Freak, you do as you wish.
And I guess I would intro you two since I sort of.
You're the dad.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
this situation.
When babies are first born, they're often very squishy, right?
Yes.
So I'll do this.
All right.
Hey, I'm here. I brought chips.
Hey, thanks, Night Freak. Look.
Thanks for letting me come.
No problem.
Can I just protect? Is this a shoes on or shoes off?
Take your shoes off if you don't mind, and if you can wear a
Sorry, they
mask.
smell.
Yeah, your feet.
This is a beautiful home you have.
Awful. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Where's your wife?
My wife is resting. She's asleep right now.
I'd
So
like
if you
to
could be quiet as much as possible. Oh, there's my son. He woke up. So if you
What's
want
that?
to.
Is that the TV?
No, it's not the TV. It's my son.
Your alarm's going off.
No, it's not my alarm. It's my son. And you had,
Look, a baby. It doesn't look like you.
well, I can assure you that I did conceive it.
I'll be the one to find out.
Well, you had a question for it. That's why you invited yourself over. So if you want
Leave
to go
us.
ahead. I'm not leaving you. I'll be here watching.
Leave us.
I'm not leaving you alone, my son.
All right.
I'll be here watching.
Give me 10 feet.
No. Just go ahead. Ask from a distance what you want to ask. Night
Child.
Freak.
Child. Speak true.
Sweetheart, Night Freak's asking you a question. It's polite to answer.
Speak true. Speak fast, with haste.
Okay.
Did your father and mother conceive you in nature's cusp? Between soil and fern, under starry night, with petals covering.
Son, you can go ahead and answer the Night Freak's question.
It's a yes.
That's
Baby spoke.
That's a no. That's
I
my
think I know what the baby said.
No, I'm his
Are you
father.
suggesting
I
that
know.
Are you suggesting that I'm not a good dad?
I don't know, but I have a sort of paternal bond with this child, and I know that.
I
was
think
a no.
this child should come home with me.
Night Freak, I'm going to ask you calmly.
Well, let's pause that one there. Now, Dave, what do you think about the prospect of
You're
Night
loud.
Freak adopting your son?
I'm against
He
it.
says the child should go home with him.
I'm against it. I think
I'm a great dad.
It would
I would be a great dad.
It would be a tough sell to my wife. I'm okay with it myself, but you really got to clear it with the wife, and that's going to be difficult because I can assure you she'll be quite attached to this baby boy.
Well, Night Freak, are you looking to sire a child?
Yes. I've never.
Yep.
Are you on any of the apps?
I'm on all of the apps. I've never had a child before, and that's partly because I have. Well, I don't want to be crude on this show.
I mean, you already told us you can't shit, so I just assume that you can't come either?
Yeah, you were asking Dave if he conceived his child by having outdoor
A
sex.
soon-to-be father has quit the potty mouth. Yes,
Dave-
I've never come before.
Dave, how do you...
There.
It's okay.
I've gave you a deep secret, James.
So you are telling me that you are ultimate pure.
Yes.
Is that how you describe that?
Ultimate
Because he
pure?
understands.
I would've-
Because James is just like me.
James,
Yeah.
James is
tell them
ultimate
your
pure as
secret.
well. James,
Pure.
James, are you
I
ultimate
didn't
pure?
expect to, and this is hard, bring this up tonight.
Tell them.
Those
Tell them your
beans.
secrets.
The reason that I
Much
use
like
the
Topher
term
Grace.
ultimate pure is because I know it all too well. I, much like the Night Freak, have yet to have an emission.
Wow. Can't believe
Proud
I'm
of
the
you.
only guy who's busted a nut on this show.
You better watch your mouth in front of that kid, I swear. Because Uncle Night Freak will be right around the corner.
Now, Dave, how do you think the Night Freak has done tonight?
You
Is
know,
he a keeper?
I gotta say, James, I'm pretty impressed with the Night Freak.
Yeah, and I loved Dimitri, and I still do, but Night Freak is pretty good.
He's got something. It's interesting. It's original. I've never spoken to a Night Freak before.
Yeah, what's that in your hand, Night Freak? What are you doing with those beads?
Yeah.
It's like you're conjuring something.
It's prayer beads. It's prayer beads.
What are you praying for? They look like Whoppers, the seasonal holiday chocolate.
You want to see one
A
pop?
classic stocking stuffer, sometimes known as Maltesers.
You want to see me pop one of them in my mouth?
Sure.
I won't get you all hot and bothered. I'm just making a little prayer right now.
I'd like to remain ultimate pure.
That's right. You and I both. You should come to temple. That's what I call Friday nights that happen on Wednesday nights here at the bar.
Well, how about this? How about we try to bridge the gap? Night Freak, I would like to invite you to attend the at-home tree lighting on November 21st. How about that?
You would invite me into your home.
Sure, yeah. I've never had a Night Freak over.
Can you make it official? Can you tell me right now, Night Freak, I am inviting you into my home?
I don't know if
that's
you
what
should
I
do
did,
that,
but-
James, because it sounds like he can only come in if you invite him.
Come on, James. We're pure brothers. Untouched, unsullied.
Night Freak, I officially hand you an invitation to my Christmas tree lighting ceremony on the 21st of November.
I think,
Yeah!
Are you still ultimate pure?
No.
Oh,
Night Freak,
you're saying that I took your virginity?
I'm blessed that you were my first, James. Absolutely blessed.
wow.
And now we're bonded forever.
Oh,
Not only was this an interview.
keep your symbiote away from me.
Oh, you want my symbiote? You could be just like Topher Grace, and I could be the Tobey Maguire. But we can swap if you want. At will, whenever you want.
God.
Guys, this wasn't just an interview. It was also a marriage.
I think you
And
just
a bonding
consummated.
ceremony. For James, you just inherited my symbiote.
Saying I'm going to become a Night Freak?
I don't know. But I'm certainly not pure anymore.
I think that was. Did you conceive indoors or outdoors just there?
We don't have a roof above the bar, so
It's a half and half.
that's what I call.
The milk
certainly-
you put in your coffee?
Night Freak, thanks so much for being here tonight. We got to wrap this sucker up. I'll see
God
you in a
bless you.
couple weeks.
I love you. Goodbye.
Bye. Dave,
Yeah. A lot of
I think I
interesting.
just made the Night Freak ejaculate by inviting him over for Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's what we all saw. Hopefully, we don't get banned off of Twitch for.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't do it when he's over here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put plastic over your couch.
Look, I'm not above doing that like an Italian nonna.
Yeah, you are very. You have a
Yeah,
lot.
I've got a lot of
nonna
nonna qualities. Yeah,
exactly.
Dave, this has been a hell of an episode, I think. What are your thoughts on this one? Because I absolutely loved it. You conceived new faces. I thought it was great. Final thoughts before we call it an evening?
I was a bit worried coming into this, but it was good to see a bunch of fresh new faces, and I think there's going to be enough material for many years of At Home with James to come.
at least 5 if Sarah Ellis has anything to do with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Guys, we're going to be back a week from tonight. I can't say what we're doing yet because it's not totally for sure. I've been in and out of conversation with this person, but I'll say this. They are a true legend on this show. They have not been here in some time. Arguably one of, if not the most popular people to ever grace this show. I'm doing what I can. Check us out on our crappy Instagram account at Home with James Show for updates if this person's going to make it. If not, we will do it as best as we can. Until then, that's Dave. I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night. Goodbye. Farewell. And, of course, be well.